your girl Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts. So, as you guys already know, it's a new year, 2021. We are going all positive this year. No negativity. We're going straight into this new year with a new foot and a new look on life. But for this video, I wanted to look back on something that wasn't in 2021. To look back on how we can improve on what we've done before in 2021. So this video is from about 12 months ago, where I did a book versus movie review on the movie and book Rumblefish by S.E. Hinton. I read this in middle school and I really liked the book, so I wanted to watch the movie and see what it was about. So let's take a look back at that, and then I'll be back with some comments on how we can make this way better in 2020 and how we can move forward along with some other movie reviews. So now it's Faith from the future again, and I'm going to be watching the movie today, Rumblefish. Yes, I got this from my library again. Go to your local library, kids. It's great. This was free, and it's lovely and in black and white. Actually, when I searched up on Google, the whole movie is in black and white. And yes, the cover is graced with the talented Matt Dillon. Everybody loves him, basically. I know he's on Saturday Night Live a lot. Don't confuse him with Matt Damon. Don't. Well, anyway, the movie... Ooh. Okay. I didn't know that. The movie's rated R. See right here? Yeah. So, I guess there's a lot of sex, drugs, and violence in it, because when I looked it up on IMDb, that was the main concern. It said ages 17 and up, but you know... I'll just take a +3 card. Well, do they have +3 cards? I'll take 2 +2 cards in Uno while I watch this. Then I will be 18. Alright. So let's go and watch it. I'm super excited to see this. I've been hearing about it a lot lately. They say it's a great movie. It's very symbolic, very deep and gritty. And I feel like in my English classes in the past 3 months, I've been learning a lot about finding motifs and themes and finding the deeper meaning within a book or a play or something. So I think now I'm way better equipped to analyze the book and the movie than I was back in August or in the summer, because now I have a better understanding of how books are written. And actually, while I'm on that note, let's read the author's notes from S.E. Hinton from Rumblefish. I rented it again, people. Yes. So as we open the book right now, here are the author's notes. And I quote, "A funny thing happened when I was writing Rumblefish. The book I was writing changed into a different book. It already changed a couple of times. First it was a short story, then it was a novel told from Steve's point of view, which was too easy. I decided to use Rusty James as a narrator. A simple person telling a very complex story. At the time, I was reading a lot of mythology, wondering about the need humanity has for mythology. I thought I was using myths to write a story. Turned out I used a story to write a myth." S.E. Hinton, 2004. So yeah, let's watch this. I'm excited. Mattel's gonna look hot in this. Okay, bye. Hey guys, Faith from the future here, and just one part, because in Rumblefish there actually isn't any gang affiliation, but Rusty wants to, be a fighter and be just like the motorcycle boy. So he doesn't really want to be in a gang, but he wants to be a troublemaker and change the world and all. He really doesn't know what he wants to do. He just wants to be like the motorcycle boy, and the motorcycle boy is like, "No, don't do that. I messed up. I'm terrible. Branch out, do your own thing." But Rusty's like, "No, you're great, you're awesome, everyone loves you, I want to be like you." And he's like, "No." And then the thing that happens is that Rusty James gets kicked out of school and he's sent to the Cleveland school. So the Cleveland school is where Bill Wilcox is, and Bill Wilcox is like his enemy, and he knows he'll get killed if he ever shows up to that school. His girlfriend Patty breaks up with him because he cheats on her, And the motorcycle boy considers going to California and living there. The motorcycle boy tells him about their mother and how their mother is a big actress. And Steve is spiraling out of control because his mother is in the hospital and his dad can't take care of him. So yeah, that's how Rusty James kind of goes on a downward spiral demise. Yeah. And then it ends up with the motorcycle boy, well, dying. Because the motorcycle boy's kind of had it. He's done with life being the way it is, and he's done with, like, the Sinape fighting fish. I don't think they're called Sinape. I think they're called Siamese. The Siamese fighting fish, and how they fight each other as soon as they see each other, and that's symbolic of Rusty James. He sees anything, he fights, he doesn't have a purpose, and that's what the motorcycle boy feels like. He doesn't have a purpose, so he goes and he robs an aquarium, takes Rusty along with him, and then he goes down to the river to try and free the Siamese fighting fish, but in the process gets shot and killed by a police officer who's been pursuing him. It's kind of dark. Hey guys, I'm back. So I just finished watching the movie, and it was interesting. Like, I watched it 4 times. 4 times. And I still don't understand it. Like, it follows the same format that the book did, but in a totally different way. Like, let me explain the beginning of the movie. So it begins with a shot of the motorcycle boy, which in the book we don't even meet till like 3 chapters in. The motorcycle boy comes in on his motorcycle, and everything is in black and white. Like the whole movie, from start to finish, it's in black and white. And according to some articles I read, it was supposed to be a nod to the French noir type of movie scheme, which I guess is symbolism because, like, it's the old times, and I guess it symbolizes how Rusty wants to go back to the old times, because one of the first scenes that I still remember is Rusty saying that he wants gangs to come back because he wants gang fighting to come back and make a comeback, but gangs aren't really big at this time anymore because now all the gang leaders are on drugs. Yes, that is also a really big difference between the book and the movie. It is way more mature than the book was. Especially ages. Like, Rusty James in the book is 14, so is Patty, and Steve and the motorcycle boy is 17. But in the movie, Rusty James is 17, Patty's 17, Steve is 17. I think he just turned 17 in the movie. And the motorcycle boy is 21, so he's not a boy anymore. But anyway, it is much more mature. There's a lot more drug use. Like, you actually see people doing drugs and smoking and drinking and all. And there's also a sex scene in it, which is probably why it's rated 17 plus. But we're not going to talk about that because that really doesn't have much to do with the book. So, the downplayed relationship between Rusty James and Steve is what I really hated about this movie. Well, not hated, but I strongly disliked. Because in the book Rumblefish, S.E. Hinton makes it almost a point that Steve and Rusty are foils of each other, meaning that Steve is the complete opposite of Rusty James, but they all are from the same place. They live in the same town, they've gone through most of the same circumstances, but Steve is like the smart kid, the quiet one, doesn't get in a lot of fights, and Rusty is the loud-talking, the fast-walking fighter, and somehow they're friends. But in the movie, this is almost seen as null point. Like, Steve is just there most of the time. He doesn't even speak that much. He's just Rusty's friend. There's no explanation to why he's Rusty James's friend. He's just there. And then one key fact in the movie that is similar, that I really do enjoy, is that the billiards restaurant, you know, where he plays pool, it is the same. Like, they describe it the same. Everything goes on the same. Rusty plays pool there. He sees Smokey there and BJ and everyone. And Steve is also there. So that was a plus to it. And then the cutting of the story's plot line, which mostly involves Steve and Rusty's relationship, but it also involves the motorcycle boy. Like, we see a lot more of the motorcycle boy than we do in the book. And the motorcycle boy is just this calm, mysterious person. I love that about him. He's just so much more different than Steve and Rusty and Patty and all the other characters in this book. He just is he's on just a whole nother plane compared to everybody else. But one of the key differences that I noticed is that they talk about Rusty James's dad a lot. Rusty James and the motorcycle boy's dad. And they never really mention how the dad became a drunk until like that scene where they like go home finally and they see their dad like stumbling in all drunk and all. Yeah, but aside from that, everything is pretty much the same from the movie. It's just really in a more confusing way because like everything's in black and white, and you know, we are accustomed to movies being in color, so that kind of throws you off. And then there's a really, really weird music choice. It's like this eerie, like punk rock mix kind of music. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to listen to it. It's really weird. It sets a strange, eerie tone to everything. But it's not like the good type of eerie, like the suspenseful eerie. It's just like the cringy type of eerie music. But aside from that, everything's pretty much the same. Cassandra, their drug addict neighbor who the motorcycle boy dated, still a drug addict. Motorcycle boy still gets beaten up in the alley when they lose the motorcycle boy. The motorcycle boy still dies. But the one change is at the end, when everyone, literally the whole town, is by the river where motorcycle boy was shot. Motorcycle boy is shot and, you know, is lying there. And Rusty looks at him and then he just starts running. He runs off behind the river, and he runs behind the bridge, and he just goes. And then the next shot is him on the motorcycle boy's bike driving up to a beach in what we assume is California. So yeah, they cut out the last two scenes or the last few chapters in the book where like it's supposed to be a whole flashback memory and he sees Steve in California at university and all. So I'm kind of sad they cut that out because that really added a lot of momentum and like body to the whole book. Like it gave it more purpose than it even had. And they cut it out. So like, I don't know. But overall, it was an interesting find. I'd rate it about a 3 out of 5. I just missed some of those tiny little details in the book that made it so much better. And the music choice was really eerie to me, and it was very off-putting. And the maturity, whoa, it was mature. At first, I was going to watch this movie with my mom, but then I decided not to, and I am glad I did, because there were a few sex scenes in there that I did not want to watch with my mom. I ended up skipping some of them. But anyway, it was a pretty good book, pretty good movie. I prefer the movie over the book a lot, so I'd rate the movie about a 7 out of 10. And the book, I would rate it about 8.5 out of 10. So that's pretty good. It's like a C plus and a B. Yeah, C plus and a B. So tell me what you guys think of this video in the comments. I'm trying to make more relatable content for everyone, you know, so that people can relate to it more than just me and my like 5 friends. So tell me what you guys think in the description below. I love you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe below. It's just this little red letters that say subscribe right below the video. Make sure to hit that and subscribe with the notification bell on. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Was a great video, wasn't it? That was one of my favorite videos to film, and it was one of my favorite videos of 2020. However, we have some more, even more awesome stuff to review in 2021. S.E. Hinton has a ton of books, and she's mostly known for doing The Outsiders, like I said before. But she has a bunch of other books, like this book named That Was Then, This Is Now, which is personally one of my favorite books. So we can do a review on that. I'm not exactly sure if there's a movie about it, or if the movie just didn't involve S.E. Hinton in it. But we could definitely do a review on that. You know, help the people reading it in school or just reading it in general out. And we got a lot of Netflix movies that are way more stupid, I guess, than Rumblefish that we can review this year. But one thing that I do think that we should focus a little bit more on is Nick Cage movies. Tell me in the comments which movies you guys want me to see below. It doesn't have to be a Netflix movie, but you know, got that Netflix account, might as well use it. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. We got a new video coming out this Sunday, and you can watch all the other videos we have. Well, I'll see you guys later. Headband says, peace.